This video contains strong language, complete nerd rage. Okay, had to sit down for this video. So you've seen the good, the bad, and now we're on to the ugly of Assassin's Creed. And thinking about this video just makes me angry when I was writing it, what I wanted to put into this video. It is basically going to be focused on two things. Assassin's Creed Unity, and then one thing that's not a game at all. But more on that later. So, Assassin's Creed Unity. Dear God, they fucked up. And I mean fucked up. Like, seriously. That game was a train wreck for a number of reasons. And the main reason we all know, well before the game came out, is this photo. I'm pretty sure this photo is more famous than the game itself. I mean, good God. The issues with this game were ridiculous. And oh, fuck. I feel sorry for any PC gamer that tried to play this game. The glitches in this game were monumentous. From the faces not working, the audio being completely out of whack, the servers just not even working at all, people floating in the air, running through the ground, running through walls. One of my favourites that I've seen from another YouTuber was he killed someone with the hidden blade, who then proceeded to get straight back up and then shoot him straight in the face, desynchronizing him. Absolutely fantastic. Now, luckily, I played it on the PlayStation 4. I didn't have that many glitches. I had a lot of people running in midair. I ran through the ground quite a bit. My favourite that I was actually able to record myself is this guy running on the rooftops. Completely off his head, clearly on LSD or God knows what. But yeah, that happened all the time in my game. Loads and loads, but yeah, you've seen all the videos online and the different reports that gaming websites did and how bad this game was, how many issues there were with it. I mean, glitches aside, the story is awful as well. I mean, I cannot really remember the story to the game at all. I played it, I finished it. I played the DLC as well. I got the season pass for it. And that was it. I can barely remember the story to it. I was that uninterested in it. It was just awful. And there's just so much that it just went wrong on so many levels. When I got this game, I specifically got PlayStation Plus for the first time as well, so I could go on and play the multiplayer as well, because it was really hyped up that it was the first game for Assassin's Creed to have a real multiplayer aspect to it. But it was absolute shit. The levels in the multiplayer were just rehashed of the main story. So it was like, right, I've already kind of played this, so okay. If you could get even into the multiplayer, because the servers were always down for God's sake. And then there was always that one player as well who has clearly been playing it for a good while and they know exactly what they're doing, so by the time you kind of get to where you're meant to be going, he's already finished it and it's over. Or you have to go back to the start and do the kind of spawn site, and it's like, well, what's the fucking point? I felt really, really freaking cheesed off, because like, I pre-ordered this game, so I paid top value for it, then I paid the additional 40 odd quid for PlayStation Plus. I think I only did the multiplayer maybe like a handful of times, and I was like, you know what, I can't be bothered with this. I was like, I gave up on it completely. Oh, it was just crap. I will say this though, when the DLC came out, it was improved, and the DLC storyline is pretty decent. I kind of liked it actually. But overall, I mean, oh fuck, it was terrible. It will live in infamy now within the Assassin's Creed franchise of how bad this game was. I'm so glad since then that they've completely done away with multiplayer, and I don't think they'll ever do it again because of how much of a fuck up their last one was. It was just awful. And then when Syndicate came out, it was like, yeah, we've done this, we've done that, we've done this to improve on like where we failed the last time, but there were still glitches in it. I mean, there were still tons of glitches. I still had bloody horses and carriages floating in midair. I still had people running off bridges willy-nilly. I'd still people running about in midair, and there was just so many glitches with it. And now that they took that year, they took 2016 off, they didn't create any new Assassin's Creed game, so now they're bringing out Assassin's Creed Origins towards the tail end of this year. Have they improved? Will they have improved with these glitches? Remains to be seen, to be honest. God only knows. When it comes to Ubisoft, who I really like as a game designer and publisher, they are so happy-go-larry as, right, we have a game, let's make it. Right, now let's release it before it's even finished. So either A, there is a huge day one patch which takes twice as long to install as the game did, or there's still 100 odd glitches in it and it's still unplayable for half the players out there. God help them if they try to release it on PC again, because it'll probably be an absolute monumental nightmare once again. So who knows? But that being aside, to me, the real nail in the coffin for the Assassin's Creed franchise isn't even a game. And it's the Assassin's Creed movie. And that's why I put that scene from South Park. When the boys went to go watch the last Indiana Jones movie, and Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, and how Indiana Jones gets raped, and the abomination that is that movie, and good God almighty, that movie is appalling. That's how I felt watching Assassin's Creed. Now, I went to go see it in Vietnam whilst myself and my girlfriend were travelling Asia. Just thought to ourselves, you know what, we'll take a wee break, we'll go and sit and watch a nice movie, go sit in a nice air-conditioned cinema. I came out of that cinema absolutely livid. Oh my god, there's so much wrong with this movie. I mean, fuck. Like, when it was first announced, I was like, okay, I'm skeptical. Right, video game movies, they don't do well. They're not great, ever. And then they released the trailer, and it had that fucking Kanye West song to it. I mean, who the hell thought it was a good idea to put Kanye West in an Assassin's Creed movie? What the fuck? Seriously? Jesus! That's just ridiculous. But then, went to go watch it. Oh, God. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, bloody hell. Now, there's the argument between a movie adaptation and a movie influenced by something. That's all well and good. But honestly, yeah, if you have an adaptation, you have the source material, you take elements from that source material, and then you create the movie based on that source material. If it's influenced by it, it's very loosely influenced by it. And this movie didn't either. At all. I mean, you have the Templars, and they're trying to find the Apple of Eden, and they have this story that they're trying to find the cure for anger, and the apple will help them cure anger? Cure anger? Jesus fuck! Look at me now! I'm fucking angry! Jesus! What was that? Seriously? Stupid thing. And then you have the Apple of Eden itself. I mean, during the movie, it looked okay. And I was like, yeah, okay, you can see it. And when it had the aura coming off it, which, yeah, that totally looked like it was from the games as well, even, like going even way back to the first game with Altair. Um, but then, right at the end, they show it in front of all the. They show it off in front of all the Templars, and it literally looks like he's holding up a metal ball, and it's literally just something carved out of metal. It just looked cheap and ridiculous. I mean, what? Like, did they have two of them? So they had the original Apple of Eden, and then did they lose it? And then for that last shot towards the end, it's like, you know what? Here's one I really quickly just carved out of a piece of metal. There you go. And I was like, what? Why? Why did it look completely different? I was like, what's going on? Um, I don't know what the hell was going on with this movie. Like, there's so many parts to it. It was like, what the hell is? It's just so confusing and just made me angry as I was watching it. Um, and the big one for me was the whole interaction with the Animus. And yeah, there's people out there that've already done videos on this, and there's people who have already written about it and ranted about it. But honestly, why? What was that? That whole big contraption thing that came down from the roof and inserted into his spine, and the needles that went in the back of his neck. What was that? What the hell was that? I mean, there is a specific shot in the movie where if you pause it, there is an Animus chair from the games in the background. That's like, okay, so like I said earlier on, like, okay, so yeah, they're going to use the Animus, and okay, so in the games they had a chair that you sit into and you reach into your memories, and they have it in the movie in the background, kind of hidden away. Is that meant to be like an Easter egg? And I was like, if you're gonna make a game if you're gonna make a movie like this, don't have that as an Easter egg. Have that as the actual thing that they use. I mean, having Easter eggs in this movie would have been references to Altair, to Ezio, to any of the fucking characters from the games. Fucking Desmond Miles, for God's sake. But no, let's put one of the pivotal things from the games in the background, hidden out of the way. I was like, what the that's just stupid. Whoever the hell wrote this movie was a complete plonker. An absolute idiot. I was like, what? And then the whole thing with the Animus as well, when they're doing I say like halfway through the movie, he goes to do the leap of faith, and then yeah, that's the one thing that every kind of fan wants to see. He wants to see a real leap of faith in the movie, and then she pulls him out of it straight away, and he kind of falls to the floor. It's like, what the fuck? Why the hell would you do that? I mean, yeah, if you're going to do a leap of faith, yeah, yeah, surprised me you're doing it this early, kind of in the movie. Probably should have held that towards the end, kind of like build up to it. But then you're doing it, and then it's kind of happening, and you're like, okay, this looks really, really cool. And then she cuts it all of a sudden. I was like, dude, that's like a massive middle finger to the entire audience. Like, what the fuck? Why? Why? And when it does happen, yeah, it did look really, really good. But then the whole scene, he like jumps off this huge building he's jumping off into a river, not a barrel head, not a bundle of hay, which again pissed off at. But um, then it shoots into present day, and he kind of just lands with his on his knees with his fists on the ground, and it's like this is just too weird. I mean, what the hell is going on? And then during the whole anime scenes when he's in his memories, there's like these kind of projections going on in and around him, so other people can the Templars and they can watch what he is seeing. It's not just on a computer screen. That would have been from like the games, if you will. Um, but it was so badly designed that you could barely see what was going on half the time. And there's a lot of people who made kind of like, oh, if you look really, really closely, it's like, yeah, if I look even more closer, I'm gonna go blind because I'm straining my eyes that much. Um, and it's like as he's like climbing up these building and things, and it's all this kind of like airy fairy kind of visuals and things. It's like it looked crap to me. I thought it was really really badly done. And then the whole scenes that were shot in the past were, I don't know, it's something about the cinematography of it. It was like so dusty, and there was always wind about spewing up more dust. That in itself was really, really hard to see, and it's like, what? You really, I kind of had to watch it again almost to see what the hell was going on. Now, as it stands, I have only ever watched this movie 3 times. Once in Vietnam, once when I here in Northern Ireland because I was bored one night. It's like, you know what? I'll give it another go just for benefit of the doubt. I was wrong. And for the third time for making this movie, um, or making this video even, and each time I just get more and more angry at it and just like, why am I putting myself through this again? Really? Um, and I have to say, I will say this as well. This is nothing against Michael Fassbender as an actor. He is a fantastic actor, and I love him in everything he does. My God, his portrayal of Magneto in the more recent X-Men movies, and we all know that they're dire unto themselves, but Fassbender as Eric Lencher is brilliant. He is freaking great at that role. Um, and I feel so bad for him that he put so much into this movie. I mean, he learned all the choreography and the fighting skills, and I will say the choreography in the movie is really, really good. And some of the fight scenes are brilliant. And he kind of learnt a little bit of that parkour and running from around the rooftops and stuff. And yeah, that was good. And well done to him, like putting so much effort into the movie and things. But as a whole, like there's so many different things that just went so wrong, and it's like, oh no, what's going on? Um, and then there was the other thing about the way the animus bleeding, the bleeding effect, which was nice that they did mention it. I thought it was really cool. But then right at the end, where the bleeding effect comes over completely, and you see all these different people coming in from these different memories or different generations and different assassins and things. And it's like it's not really mentioned or anything in any way, shape, or form. It's like, right, if you're gonna say everything, if you're gonna show all these different assassins, I kind of want to know who the hell they are, if you know. It's like it just it left so many things unanswered that really needed to be answered to make the movie work, and it's like, oh Jesus, oh God, it was just appalling and really, really painful to watch for me. Um, if you have watched all three of these videos, you know how much of a fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise I am. I mean, I have the Assassin's Creed symbol tattooed on me, for God's sake. I do love the franchise. I cannot wait for Origins to come out. Um, Even though there are all these issues with it, I still love it. Um, and that was why I kind of wanted to do these videos because, yeah, it's my favorite franchise, but I know what's wrong with it. I know that there's some major, major issues with it. Um, but when it comes down to Assassin's Creed Unity and the movie, oh dear God, it's just you kind of have to hang your head in shame. Almost, they're just awful. Um, if I did have to take anything from the movie that to say I liked, but I have mentioned that I liked the choreography. The costumes are really well done. Fassbender as an actor, I really like. Um, the opening sequence is really, really cool. That is really cool. Where you see him being initiated as an assassin, having his finger chopped off, and then getting the burn mark of the assassin's symbol onto his finger as well. Very, very cool. Very, very well done as well. That was really taken, like, really well influenced from the games um, and the books and things, but after that, it's a very, very, very steep downhill from then. But was it enough to redeem the movie? Hell no. Okay, so Assassin's Creed: The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Part 3. We've had the good, the bad, the ugly. In summary, it's still my favourite franchise. Still love it. If you've watched all 3 videos, thank you very much for watching. As always, if I've left anything out, if you have your own thoughts or your own rage rants, leave your comments below, guys. And as always, thanks for watching. Until the next video.